Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Lisa with the Oklahoma Indian Festival, and today we are bringing you Julie Thornton-Brison. Julie, or Jules, will be joining us in just a moment, but before she does, I wanted to let you know that this Saturday we will be having another online art show. Yay! We'll have 7 artists with us who will be here with with all sorts of things, from note cards and stickers to fine jewelry to one-of-a-kind items. We hope you can join us. It will be 1:30, both here on Facebook and on YouTube. Yes, we are live streaming on YouTube now. So we hope you can join us then. And it looks like Jules is back, and we will bring her in. And hello, Julie. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Just had to readjust a few things here. Moved my laptop so it's in a better position for me. So if you could just tell us who you are, what tribe you are affiliated with, and what you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Julie or Jules Thorton-Brison. I'm from Chakota, Oklahoma, and we live on now it's mostly horses, but my husband trains and breaks horses. So we've got all these kinds of horses out here, but we have cows and things like that too. I have a husband, Laramie. Yeah, it's good. Kenna, I have my daughter. She's 3. And I'm a textiles artist. I'm Cherokee Nation.
And you're being humble there. You're not just a textile artist. You're an award-winning textile artist. And in fact, one who's being recognized for cultural contributions, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Being so humble there.
Well, no.
Yeah. How did you get started in textiles in your art?
Oh, I absolutely love talking about this. Okay, so I was 3 years old, and my grandmother was sewing a pillowcase up for my papa. And I asked her, can I sit on her lap? And she let me. And so I sat on her lap. And from then on, she would go to the store. She'd buy me fabric. She showed me how to sew by hand. She'd have me practice, make sure my stitches were even and everything. And then she taught me how to use the sewing machine, and then like how to wind a bobbin, because we didn't have a bobbin winder on that thing, So she really kind of sparked it. And my grandmother was a wonderful artist. She did pottery and ceramics, and she painted and she sketched. And what's really cool too is she was colorblind, and so am I. That's something a lot of people don't know. Yeah, I'm colorblind. So I can't see a lot of shades, and a lot of shades look like different colors to me. Like the in-between shades, like purple, red, it'll look like all the way purple or all the way red. But she taught me how to do that. And so I think that really helped me, growing up, because I saw everything like she did. But as I got older, my mom's mother, she's a seamstress, and she's done this for a living. Her entire life. So I got some lessons from her, and she made all of my tear dresses when I was Miss Cherokee and Junior Miss Cherokee, or the majority of them. And that kind of just sparked me to do something. At first, when I started really getting into art, I just did finger weaving. And my Uncle Robert, he taught me on a plane on the ride to California. We were going out there for an at-large meeting. And he had this big, rectangle piece of wood, and it had a dowel rod on it, and these big old chunky, like this big around pieces of yarn. And it was all the way across. And so I asked him what he was doing, and he said, well, I'm making this for the demonstration so that people could show how to do it. So I said, okay, let me try. So I tried it, I got it, and I took off with it. I loved it. So I'm still doing that. When it comes to skirts and stuff, I've always kind of piddled in sewing, but about,
I like when you said the piddle.
Yeah. So about 12 years ago, I really started wanting to do this full time, and my whole dream in life was to be an artist. But the only encouragement that I had was from my family. And literally everybody that was an outside source told me that, you can't do this as a living. You don't make any money. You'll be homeless. Just like all these negative things. Well, I said, that's not going to happen. And I did it. So I went to school, I went to college, and I was doing art while I was in college, entering shows. And I got my degree. I'm a paralegal, or was a paralegal. And now I do I make feather capes. I think there's 3 of us in Oklahoma that do that right now actively that are Cherokee. And I believe there's 3 other that are Chickasaw. So we're still like a small little group because it is still labor intensive and time intensive. Let's see, what else do I do? I weave baskets. I've had the fortunate experience to be taught by Shauna Morton Kane, and I've been helped with Chuja Kingfisher. My Uncle Robert taught me some here and there. I have had the opportunity to learn from so many Cherokee National Treasures, artists that have been doing this for a long time, that I've kind of just built on what they've taught me or kind of gave me ideas with. And that's what kind of started this whole business for me. Up until about 2 years ago, I was doing this part-time. So I was a paralegal working at the firm, and we just had my daughter. She was little. And I was being a personal trainer with that too. So life was crazy. Well, then I got sick. I have a rare disease that is a neurological disease, and it causes me to become paralyzed on one side of my body. I have seizures. It's different. It's rare. And if you've never heard of it, I wouldn't be surprised, because it's like literally, I think there's 1 in like 250,000 people that get this that are women. And I have the familial type, which is just genetic. But when I got sick and I started having seizures a lot, I couldn't drive anymore. So I was stuck at this house, and I literally just sat here like depressed because I couldn't do anything. Like I had lost my whole life, And my best friend Shelly, she's like, well, you really need to like channel that into something. And so I did. And the piece that I entered in the holiday last year, it was called New Beginnings Are Coming. I worked on that piece in the entire time from December of 18 to about August of 2019.
Wow.
And yeah, it was all different types of, art. Now, normally a project like that would have taken me maybe 3 weeks at the most. And this took me months because I was really bad off at that point. But each piece kind of got me to take a step forward instead of taking a step back.
I think I remember that one. Did that have multiple components to it? It was more than just the outfit.
Yeah, so there was a feather cape, and Cherokee Nation actually owns it now. It's going to be at the OSU Teaching Hospital. But there's a feather cape, there's a trade shirt, a wrap skirt, a pair of moccasins. I think that's it. Yep, and a belt as well.
Okay. And Shelly's on here right now watching us, and she is so proud of you. And I'm loving this new format we're using, because that means I can actually see the comments from Facebook and YouTube in real time, and not have to be watching multiple screens. It's great.
It's awesome.
So, yeah. So you got started. Basically, it was your granny who started you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was my granny, and I'm thankful for that, because it's given me my wonderful life.
And she had that insight, being colorblind herself, to help you overcome that adversity that for most people would be a problem. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't know from looking at your designs, your colors, your color combinations are wonderful.
Well, thank you. I have questions. Like if it's like my mom or my husband, I'll say, does this go together? I'll double check myself.
I think all artists do that. They come up to somebody else is like, does this look okay? Because
I think it looks like crap.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I've been looking at it for too long. I see all the faults in it. Do you have any of your pieces with us today?
I do. Let's see.
I'd love to see the one where we were
The
talking
one that
last
I entered.
about the basket weaving meets
Yes.
skirt.
Okay. Let me see if I can move her.
Hi, Fran. How are you? Glad to hear you. Fran's
Let's see if I
just popped in to say hi.
So there we go. Can you see it?
I can. But for
Okay.
those who don't know, because you sent me multiple pictures over this fan was working on this, and a few of them I think you were ready to pull out your hair.
Yes.
So to explain what you did and how you got that. If you can maybe lift that up a little bit, or let me get rid of this. Let me see if I can get rid of this on the bottom.
We'll just make her naked. How's that sound?
Okay.
That'll be easier than trying to move all that. Okay, so each one of these pieces, so if anybody knows, like, about baskets, that you weave baskets in like an over under some sort of pattern with that. So I took one of my flat reed baskets designs and applied that to ribbon, and then sewed that together onto this ribbon skirt. So there's black, orange, red, and yellow, and then the black parts, all of this is woven. So the yellow is woven into there, and it's a chevron pattern that goes, let's see here, where's the back? And it goes into like a continuous cycle. So it does that, and then there's another one on the front.
And if you have never sewn anything with a pattern, let me tell you, my mother was an expert seamstress, and she would curse out trying to match patterns and getting everything to match just perfectly. And this is hard.
Okay,
But it's not easy.
No, it's not. And especially like, I have to wear bifocals now. That's another issue. But anyways, so for me, like, I have to go get new glasses and get my eyes checked about every 6 months, because my prescription changes so much. But I'll be sitting there looking at something and I'll be like, what is that? And so then I'll turn it back and it's like, oh, it's this. Because I can't see. But, I just make it work. It works. It'll buff. It's all good.
9 years ago, I added these to so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fran has said she saw your bridal cape and it took her breath away.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
One of these days, I'm hoping to order one. Yeah.
I think I know somebody. I
don't know how. Somewhere between the next 5 and 10 years.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Michelle says it's 100. Your skirt is 100% work of art and love, and you just recently entered that into an art competition, didn't you?
Yeah. It's entered in CSAM, which is Southeastern Arts Show, and what is it? Awards. I can't remember what the last part is. CSAM.
I don't either.
Market. I'll be able to tell in a minute.
Yeah.
So I entered it into that. Now, normally we would have been out with the Chickasaws with that, like in person, but because COVID, we didn't get to do that. But they're awesome, and they allowed us to have an online sort of competition. So how this is going to work is, like, everybody entered one piece, and you could there's going to be a market component to it. So you can enter one piece for show, and then the other 4 or 5 pieces is basically just goes on the market, and it's just like you would list it like on eBay or something like that, and then they're going to market this, and I think they said through December 31st. So this is like going to be a very long going thing, and we can add items as we go, as they sell. We can replace, and it's going to be good. It's really good.
Yeah, they did. I think they did something similar to that for sulfur.
Yep. Yes, they did.
So, but somehow we missed out on all of that here. Maybe because we don't normally enter that competition, we didn't get the information on it. So,
so funny. I missed, like, we didn't have CAM or Tricky Art Market this year,
I know,
or Artesian, And I got into both of those, and I was so excited because I was like, oh, I got in. And then we don't have it.
Right.
That's my luck.
Right. I was supposed to be a Cherokee art market too, but not as the artist, but helping out with things. But so yeah, I was looking so forward to all of that and getting to do all those things in my late. Okay, so let's see what else is going. So you got started. Any new projects you're working on?
Well, yes. Well, okay. So we're actually in the middle of, how do I say this? It's like a bloody mess over here because I'm building a new studio and we are packing up things and we're unpacking things because we thought it would be finished by now. So we're kind of in limbo. So I've got some projects that are started that I'm not working on, and then I've got some projects that I'm working on currently. Right now, I've got a pair of fully beaded moccasins that I'm working on, pucker toe moccasins. Yeah, I'm so excited. They're beautiful. And then I've also got a 18th century set for my friend Michael. We'll get that done for him. And let's see what else I've got going. Christmas presents, of course, ribbon skirts. I've always got ribbon skirts for sale. Oh, please, I don't think I can hear you.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. Okay. I was like, what'd you say?
That was the mail lady. I was trying to handle the mail lady. So.
Okay. So, but I've always got ribbon skirts for sale, 9 times out of 10. I do have 2 pairs of moccasins in stock right now, and then I've got 10 pairs of baby moccasins in stock, ready to ship. And those can be beaded like with any color choice you would like on the edging. It's got free beaded edging on it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I do take commissions on feather capes. With that being said, commission? It's not a I'll have it done next week type of thing. So if anybody is interested in something like that, give plenty of notice and we can make it happen.
How long does something like that usually take?
Now it takes me probably about 3 months.
3 months? Okay, so let's, most weddings take longer than that to plan. So if you think you want a cape for your wedding or your daughter's wedding next year, get a hold of Julie now. What's a good way to get a hold of you, Julie?
I'm on Facebook. It's Water Spider Creations. And that's my page. You can message me on that. My email is waterspidercreations@gmail.com. And I also have an Instagram page, which is Water Spider Creations. So everything's pretty much closed with that.
Okay. So they can contact you on that, and they can sign up for your email list too, right?
Yes.
And where can they sign up for that?
It should be on the Facebook page.
Okay, so check the Facebook page, sign up for your email, and then Julie will let you know, share some of her new projects and ongoing things, and you can contact her that way too, to get a hold of her to make those things for Christmas, because now is the time to get your Christmas orders in.
It really is. A lot of artists stop taking orders in October because it gets so crazy. Especially textiles artists. It's psycho. It's bad. Like, we'll have maybe 40, 50 commissions in like October, November.
And then you get that person who contacts you after Thanksgiving and is like, hey, can I get this? And you're like, and part of you wants to go, where were you in October? And the other part wants to help them make their Christmas, but you can't. You just can't do it. It's not possible physically to do that.
Right. Yeah, it's a balancing act for sure.
But now, do you have, I know you said things are canceled. Do you have any, and on your new studio, you're going to have retail space, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to have a section of my studio for retail space. We're not talking huge, humongous, but there is going to be a little area, probably like, maybe like a 10 by 10 square of retail space. Yeah. Yeah.
What sort of things would you be, if somebody wanted to run down, and because you're near Shakota, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so if somebody wanted to run down and pick up things there, what sort of things might you have available for them?
I'll always have some ribbon skirts in stock. And the ribbon skirts, I make them with an adjustable waistband so anybody can wear them. And if it still is not to what you're wanting, we can adjust that as well. I can rip the seam out and we can make a new waistband on it. Same thing with length. I can take all the hems out most of the time and re-sew them, whether they're longer or shorter. I normally try to put like at least a 4-inch hem on things just because this isn't something that's made for a certain person. And like kids, if you get a skirt like that and they're little and their waist doesn't change, you can just add length to the skirt instead of not wearing it anymore. Baby moccasins, I always have those. Finger woven belts. This is something new, well, almost kind of new. A couple of years ago, I kind of piddled with the idea of a moccasin keychain.
You did some ornaments a couple years ago that were moccasins.
Yeah, I did ornaments the last 2 years, but I think we're gonna do keychains like as a normal, like everyday item.
Right, so that you can have that around. I know a lot of people like them not just to add to their keychains, but people put them on their backpacks, gym bags, zipper pulls, and
they're cool. I mean, they really are neat looking.
Well, that sounds exciting. I can't wait. Looks like Shelly's put up your links for us, Water Spotted Creations, and your email. Thanks, Shelly. You're a good best friend.
She is a good best friend.
She's helping us out here behind the scenes today. I did want to mention that, like I did in the beginning, that Jules will be with us on Saturday. And we'll be live on Facebook and YouTube, streaming live with our Oklahoma Indian Festival Market event. We'll have about 7 artists in total on with us that day. And like I said, we'll have everything from stickers to fine jewelry to beautiful wooden mosaics to trying to think what else. Oh, mugs, art prints, skirts, everything. So stop by. This is kind of our helping these artists replace what would have been the Cherokee Art Market or the tribal gathering this week that would have happened at Gathering Place if it hadn't been for COVID. So these artists depend on these events to help pay the bills. So we would love for you to show up and support them, share, purchase from them. If you're not in the market, please share, like, subscribe, and show some love to these artists. Do you have any ornaments are awesome, Tammy said. Yes, ornaments are great. And lots of our artists are developing ornaments this year.
They are. Well, in the last couple of years, it's kind of been a thing that's coming more, normal, so to say. Like at Christmas markets last year, I think there was 5 of us that sold ornaments that were like native ornaments,
Mm-hmm.
So
I know cool. We started doing them at Cherokee Copper because we had a request one year from a customer, and then we thought, we always buy them on vacation. This is the one souvenir. We don't necessarily come back with T-shirts. We bring back art and ornaments when we go when we travel.
Yep.
So, and we've been doing that for over 25 years. So I said, we need to give people something to bring back and give. And people fell in love with ornaments. And yes, Shelly says you have some beautiful photos up on Water Spotted Creation of your turkey feather capes.
Oh, yes. And I've actually got, that's something else that I have for sale right now. I have a woman's 18th century set, like a complete set, feather cape, trade shirt, wrap skirt, leggings, moccasins, and a belt to go with it. I have that for sale, as well as a little toddler 18th century set, which is adorable. If you go on my Facebook page, I posted some pictures of my daughter wearing it because she thought it was hers, which I thought was adorable. But it's got, and both of them have match coats to go with them that are pinned on with German silver. So try to get it. I like to do, most of my stuff is more traditional colors, not so loud and things like that. But when I do loud, I do loud. Like it's boom out there. It's fire colors. Like this skirt. Normally my stuff is like greens, blues, reds, like deeper colors, like earth tone type stuff.
Right.
That's really what all my stuff is, but we're going big or go home on this. So kind of make it good.
Like that set that you were just talking about. It had the teals, the browns, the coppers. I mean, those are my colors.
They're my colors too. I love it. When I was Miss Cherokee, I had mostly like a majority of my dresses had blue in it. It's somewhere on the dress, whether it was the diamonds or the flowers, something. It was blue. I love blue.
Well, did you have any parting words for everybody, Jules?
No, just thank you for getting on here and talking with us, and make sure to check out this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Come back and see us on Saturday. We'll have Mary Beth and John Timothy from Moonhawk Art will be joining us. Cherokee Copper, Greg with Cherokee Copper. Sarah with Suede and Spruce will be here. And we'll put all the links to all this in the chat so that you can check them out. And we appreciate you all. Thanks for spending some of your lunchtime with us. And Wada.